Our headlines today. Junior doctors in England begin another 4-day strike. There's a warning it will cause significant disruption for patients.
At least 53 people have died in ferocious wildfires in Hawaii. Officials warn the death toll will continue to rise.
And is Wilko becoming the biggest high street casualty of the year? It's gone into administration, and we'll be looking at another sign of how the economy's doing with the GDP figures out later.
Good morning. The new Premier League season starts today, but England's top division might soon be missing one of its top strikers as Bayern Munich and Tottenham agree a deal in principle for Harry Kane.
We are live at the Bristol International Balloon Fiesta with pilots and balloons from around the world. Join us later as we take to the skies at around 10 to 7.
Now, a plane was forced to make an emergency landing on the A40 in Gloucestershire after a suspected engine failure.
So this was the scene immediately afterwards. The aircraft was on its way to Gloucestershire Airport when it landed on the busy main road. No one was hurt in the situation. Emergency services were called. Investigations now taking place into the cause of the incident. Visitors to a beach on the Jurassic Coast had a narrow escape after part of a cliff above them collapsed. Video captured in West Bay shows the moment a large section of rock fell near a number of beachgoers. Dorset Council warned rockfalls and landslips are common in the region. Now, administrators for the high street chain Wilko are continuing to talk with potential buyers as they look to prevent the loss of thousands of jobs. The homeware and garden retailer, which has 400 shops, fell into administration yesterday.
Let's take a look at some of today's papers, starting with The Telegraph, which leads on the junior doctors' strike, saying that they've so far cost the NHS £1 billion.
And a look at the Times. They have an image of migrants on a small boat being towed into Dover yesterday as the number of people to have crossed the channel illegally passed 100,000.
Now, the Mirror has an exclusive on how Conservative MP Theresa Villiers owned shares worth £70,000 in the oil firm Shell. Whilst she was Environment Secretary, she has apologised for her failure.
Yes, and I think we've got a few pictures. I haven't seen these yet. Have you? Haven't seen them yet. These
no,
are the pictures
we deliberately asked not to see them, though, didn't
funny,
we?
Is it? It's funny, kind of cute animals. So here we go. What have we got? Two.
Here.
Got 2 for 1 here.
Oh.
This is the winner of the Comedy Pet Photo Award. It's been announced. It shows 2 rescue kittens, Max and Alex, they're called, playing at the home in Lebanon. The picture is called A Life-Changing Moment.
Kittens are funny.
Just enjoying the moment. Story I've just... This is in the Mail, actually. Do you know, there was a time when television of an evening used to be people doing impersonations. There used to be whole programmes where an artist would do impersonations through the whole... Mike Yarwood, for example. There'd be certain people...
For the whole programme?
Basically, it was just impersonations. And Alistair McGowan, who is a brilliant impersonator,
yes,
absolutely brilliant, has done an interview where he said he thinks that doing impressions could be a dying art, he says, because younger audience members don't watch television and therefore have no idea who he's impersonating.
Oh,
which goes right to the heart of the performance, doesn't it? Because if you're doing an impersonation of someone and you don't know what they actually sound like, it's a complete waste of time.
Unless they're massive social media stars or something like that, which doesn't really fly, does it?
He said he still does some live shows and does some impressions, but I'm not feeling motivated enough because he looks in the... I've noticed when he looks out in the audience that people are just looking at him blankly because they haven't got a clue who the actual person is.
That's the advantage of being here.
What?
Well, we don't see our audience, do we?
Oh, I see.
So...
OK.
The blank looks can stay.
Anyway, he's on the whole stopping doing the impressions.
What's he going to do instead?
Well, he's an absolutely brilliant pianist.
Yes.
He's a brilliant pianist and a very good actor as well. So he's got many strings to his bow.
Good for him.
But, yeah, so that's kind of drawing to a close.